I said that I'd be doing a Pokemon Shield Nuzlocke first, but my friend dared me to go for Pokemon Black. So, Timothy, let's go. We're starting our Pokemon journey. I'll explain the Nuzlocke rules again really quick. If a Pokemon fades, you can't use it again, and it's considered dead. You can only catch the first Pokemon you see per route, and you have to nickname all your Pokemon so you get attached to them. With these rules in mind, now we will start the Pokemon Black Nuzlocke. My first encounter better be a Lillipup. It better be a Lillipup. If it's a Patria, I swear. Very depressingly added fart to the team. Gladly, we got a better encounter on Route 2 with the Purloin joining our team. Hey, let's battle! Shut up. Before challenging the Striaton City Gym, we got one more encounter, Donjo the Panseer. Despite being a bit underleveled, we could get through Gym 1 pretty easy. To avoid being underleveled again, I decided to start training up my Pokemon, and then got crit, and we had our first death. After that happenstance, 3 new members joined us. Pidgeotto the Pidove, Lil Jim Bob the Woobat, and Zip Zap the Blitzel. Next gym leader, Lenora, specializes in normal types, which usually you wouldn't think they would be too hard to deal with, right? Wrong. Watchog, Retaliate, equals Run Killer. It didn't help that I was ridiculously underleveled, with my only Pokemon being close to her level was a newly evolved Timothy. So, even after challenging every trainer up to that point in the game, I decided to go for the old action replay. Before I walked into the gym, I had an encounter with N. Do you ever wonder what Pokemon think while they're in Pokeballs? That's actually a bit interesting. Then battle me. I've got better things to do. Earlier was gladly not too problematic, though there was a close call, but gladly Donjo could get a critical hit. Watchog came in, so I sacrificed Fart to eat the incoming Retaliate. Timothy could do a lot of damage to the Watchog, but he got put to sleep and also very low health. So Lil Jim Bob finished off the fight. For Gym 2, I decided to implement a new rule, level caps. We are now not allowed to level over the next gym leader's strongest Pokemon, so our current level cap is 23. Pinwheel Forest, I encounter a Venipede. I named him Velvet and evolved him when we got to Castelia City. I also evolved Donjo, reluctantly. And then, just as we were about to challenge the next gym, I had a realization. So, in the position of Timothy and Velvet, I added Freeze the Timple, who I caught just outside Pinwheel Forest, and I brought back a newly evolved Pidgeotto. Berg's Levani, with a 103 base attack stat, is known to be threatening. That Pokemon wasn't the problem in this gym, though. The Dwebble was. This stupid thing lived a Bubble Beam on like 5 to 10 HP, and then Berg used a Hyper Potion. Eventually, we got the KO, but that thing was frustrating to deal with. Anyway, that's part 1. Subscribe. Let's go! Let's play a game. Guess my second favorite Unova Pokemon. If you said Crocodile, you're correct. Also, Sharon's pissed off since I didn't mention him last episode. King of Team Plasma, you talk way too fast. You've gone too far away from home. That was funny, not gonna lie. Now let's go take on the gym. Donjo flame bursted the Emolgas to oblivion. Then Zebstrika was sent out, whose sunglasses mopped the floor with. Not too long after we defeated the gym, we had 2 evolutions. Lil Jim Bob and Zip Zap. Let's see how the rest of the team is doing. Timothy, doing great. Donjo, only good Simisear to exist. Velvet, I should have named you Sonic. Sunglasses, now my favorite Unova Pokemon overall. Sorry, Referam. Aaron is still mad that I didn't mention him last episode, so he battled me again. I also met the champion Alder. Clay's Excadrill is a monster. When I say his Excadrill is a monster, I mean a monster, and way worse than Lenora's Watchog. The thing has Rock Slide and Bulldoze. D-Duck, Timothy and Sunglasses will not be taking much damage from Excadrill. Neither of them can take a critical hit slash, though. Before fighting the gym, we fought Team Plasma. Now it is time to face the evil Excadrill. What the hell are you guys talking about? You're a pretty good battler. Meet me on the Route 6 cave. Okay. I just realized I forgot to mention Sunglasses and Velvet evolved, so that's cool. We arrived in Chargestone Cave, where something bad was about to happen. Lil Jim Bob was a great member. I can't believe that he died. When we got out of the cave, our replacement was Talon the Archon. I also caught a Litwick named John Wick. So here's our team right now. Now it's time to go challenge the gym, which, according to the internet, is not much of a challenge or anything. Truthfully, the internet's correct. Anyway, that's a wrap for episode 2 of my Pokemon Black Nuzlocke. Subscribe. Hey man, that was a good battle. A good battle indeed. Alder, I don't think that you should... I'm fine. Both of my Pokemon whose names start with T evolved in Twist Mountain, so that's a funny coincidence. And then Talon immediately almost dies to a Girder's wake-up slap. I think I like these backgrounds more than the plain white ones, so now I'm gonna use these backgrounds. I then made it to Iceris City, where the gym leader Bryson is supposedly even easier than Skyla. While fighting this gym, I realized something. My Litwick is a girl. This would be fine if I didn't name my Litwick John Wick. Timothy was the easy MVP in that fight. John Wick also did something in the battle, handling Vanillish. We climbed Dragon Spiral Tower, and good news and bad news. The good news is Sunglasses evolved. The bad news is Ed summoned Zekrom and flew away with it. We go to Relic Castle, where Getsis reveals we just wasted a bunch of time. Good job on absolutely nothing. The Light Stone isn't here. Good job on getting the Light Stone, but actually... liberating Pokemon isn't my main plan. Tell me your actual plan right now. Many people across the region will release their Pokemon. Even powerful people like the gym leaders. Then I, Getsis, will rule Unova. I will do anything to stop your plan. I hope you realize that. Release your Pokemon! But then I'll be lonely. The gym leader, Drayden, and the person who helped Bianca find her stolen Pokemon, Iris, told me about the story of Reshiram and Zekrom. We got through Drayden's gym thanks to Blizzard the Beartic, who I tossed back into the box immediately after beating the gym. We're off to the Pokemon League now. Before we do anything, though, we have something we gotta take care of first. Hey man, good job making it this far. Here, you can have this Dusk Stone. With that, the team is better than it's ever been, and we're prepared for the Elite Four. Subscribe, Timothy, Sunglasses, Zip Zap, John Wick, Velvet, and Talon. These 6 Pokemon are my team, and we're gonna beat the Elite Four with them. First, I challenged Caitlyn because she's the easiest out of the 4. Sunglasses could easily one-shot Sigilif and Reuniclus with Crunch. Musharda did set up a Reflect, but we could get through it easily. Gothitelle was easy to take out since Reflect went down when it got in. So basically, Sunglasses just swept through the whole fight. Then we challenged Chantal, who's a bit scarier because of Jellicent. Still easy though. Sunglasses handled Cofagrigus, and Zip Zap could handle Jellicent. As for Golurk and Chandelure, Timothy handled them both. The first 2 Elite Four members are easy, but the last 2 are tough to deal with. Regardless, we challenged Marshall. Talon handled most of his team. Suck is scary though because I can't OHKO it easily because of Sturdy. So Timothy just dealt with it. Grimsley's the toughest fight. I never got the TM for X Scissor, and I used my heart scale on Timothy, so Velvet's strongest bug-type move is Steamroller. Anyway, Talon dealt with Scrafty. Sunglasses then OHKO'd Bisharp. Grimsley has a crocodile of his own, which Timothy dealt with. His last Pokemon, Liepard, came out and was finished off by Velvet. Alright, you all. Behind those doors is the champion. The journey ends soon. We have lost 3 Pokemon. Whether I haven't used you a lot, or I have, bring your A-game. We walked into the champion's room, and N has defeated Alder. And then he somehow summons a frickin' castle from the ground. D-Duck, I'll be seeing you in my castle. D-Duck, you need to beat him in battle, for Unova. When I enter N's castle, 6 of the 7, whatever they're called, try to stop me. But suddenly, can you manage that? Still standing, are you, D-Duck? The gym leaders are here, so now the 7 sages won't stop me. Now I can go battle N. I caught Reshiram, then challenged N. The battle starts off smoothly with Sunglasses beating Zekrom, John Wick beating Vanillux, Timothy handled Caracosta, and Sunglasses handled Klinklang. Everything was going great until... We can't give up. Velvet, the rest of this run is for you. Talon finished off the Zoroark. It was then Zip-Zap versus Ed's own Archeops. Reshiram and Zekrom, each of them choosing an infinite hero. Is that even possible? We're just gonna ignore that you killed one of my Pokemon. After all that, do you think you're still worthy of sharing the name Harmonia with me? You guys are named Harmonia? And you are good for nothing. Isn't that a little too far? I was going to rule Unova, then you decided to lose that battle. Wasn't Team Plasma's goal to liberate Pokemon? That was the excuse I needed to create Team Plasma. You know what, D-Duck? Battle now! The battle started off with Sunglasses immediately KOing Cofagrigus. Getsis then sends out his Hydreigon, the most notorious run killer in Pokemon Black and White. Timothy can do a lot with Revenge, but Dragon Pulse also does a lot. I have to make a sacrifice in order for Timothy to finish off this monster. John Wick looked Hydreigon in the eye and... Then Timothy went up to the Hydreigon and could finish it off. Timothy also handled Seismitoad. Sunglasses finished off Bouffalant. Sunglasses also beat his Electros. Getsis sent out his last Pokemon Bisharp, and we won. The Nuzlocke ended. Thanks a lot, guys, for sticking with me throughout this Nuzlocke. In total, we had 5 deaths this run. Ad the Purlin against 2 other Purloins. Fart the Patrat against Lenora's Watchog. Lil Jimbob the Swoobat to some random Zebstrika. Velvet the Scolipede to end Zoroark. And the last one, John Wick the Chandelure to gets his Hydreigon. See you guys next Nuzlocke. Subscribe. Huh? What is this? Scram! Can't you see we're plotting our evil plan right now? Professor Birch, you know Professor Rowan, right? Yeah? From Sinnoh? Tell him we need D-Duck. The guy who saved the world? Okay.